Like, your opinion matters, right? Your feedback matters. Like, what you have to say matters, right? Don't disqualify yourself. Don't discredit yourself, right? Like, I've done that a number of times, like, where I didn't give any advice because I felt like, oh, their advice, was better than mine. So I'm not going to say anything. Man, I've learned that anything that, any thought that I have that can push somebody business forward, that can help them to reach their dream, I'm going to give it because my opinion is valuable, right? Whether they take it or not, it's still valuable. And so always remember that, right? Your opinion matters and your opinion is valuable. What's up, fam? Before we get into today's episode, I want you to go check out our website at www.igotdreamspodcast.com and subscribe to our emailing list. We are creating the ultimate accountability group for entrepreneurs. So if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a business leader, if you are a dreamer, we want you to be a part of our group. All you got to do is go to www.igotdreamspodcast.com and subscribe to our emailing list, and we'll take it from there. This thing is going to be bigger than us, and we want you to be a part of it. Again, go to www.igotdreamspodcast.com and subscribe to our emailing list. Now, let's get back to the show. What's going on, fam? Welcome to another episode of the I Got Dreams podcast, the ultimate accountability podcast, where we take you from A to B, from idea to execution. Listen, our whole goal here is to get you to take that first step in reaching your dream, to get you to jump off the porch and take that first step to reaching your destiny. That is it. That's why we are here today. And today we're going to talk about another way to get you from A to B, from idea to execution. But before we jump into that, I always like to ask, how was your week, right? But I'm going to start changing it up, right? I want you to tell me what's one thing you did last week to help you grow, to help your business grow. What's one thing you did last week to just get 1% better? What's one thing that you did last week to get 1% better in your entrepreneurship journey, right? So that's what I want to know. Um, Comment on the video that I have, the first video you see, or DM me, letting me know what's one thing that you did to help your business get 1% better last week, right? For me, I upgraded my studio. As you guys can see, man, I bought a new mic. I have a new mic. Again, I heard you. I heard y'all. Y'all said my sound was trash. So here is the improvement, right? So I invested in these mics, right? I got two of them, one for me and one for my guests when they come on, right? And so these are not the industry standard, but they are like a step below the industry standard. So they're right there. They're like the little brother to the industry standard, right? So hopefully now you guys can hear me better. I sound clear. Your voice sounds crispy, so now the message can flow. You guys can listen to it without whatever it is that you were hearing, but like you can hear it better, right? So that's one thing that I did to help my business to grow 1%, right? To help my podcast grow 1%, right? So not only did I get the mics, I also got the mic stand. These are some pretty heavy duty stands right here, man. This thing is heavy. This boy's not going nowhere. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, man, this thing is it's pretty nice. It's pretty professional. But I'm gonna rock with it. I'm gonna rock with it, man. Again, this is helping me to better serve you guys. And again, that's one thing that I did to help my business grow 1% last week. I invested in these mics so you guys can hear me better. So today we're going to jump right into it, right? So today we are talking about community, finding a community, right? So why do you need to find a community? Why do you need to find a community, right? I got three things for you. The first thing is you need to join a community because you will find inspiration within that community, right? Us as entrepreneurs, sometimes we get by ourselves. sometimes like we get into our own head and we feel like demotivated, well, or we have that lack of inspiration to continue to go, right? But when you see somebody who's doing the same thing that you're doing, or that's on the entrepreneurship journey as well, it gives you that fire. It brings back that passion for you to keep going, right? You feed off each other's energy, right? I'm gonna give you an example, and this is not even entrepreneurship related, but just it goes to show like why community is so important, right? So I played football, right? College football. And so on my team, right? I remember this like so vividly. Um, every After every practice, right? Every football player knows this. So after practice, we have conditioning, right? So which means like we have to basically run until we can't run no more, right? Till we retire, till we dead tired, right? So we were running I think it was suicides on the football field, right? And back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And your boy was tired. Your boy was like, ready to take me out, coach. Like I'm done for the day. But I looked over to a guy. We both play offensive lineman. I looked over to him, and man, like he was beasting, like he kept going, and I'm like, bro, I'm better. I'm actually better than this dude. I'm better than this cat. And so like, and he's not tired. So I my competitiveness like really kicked in. It was like, come on, Mike, like you gotta outdo this dude, like you gotta outperform him. But it's friendly competition. But I'm like, I have to do better. Like I have to keep going and like watching him, not being tired and continuing to do the drills. Like it gave me the push that I needed, the inspiration that I needed to continue to go as well, right? So again, community, like in the entrepreneurship realm, you guys might not be in the same industry, you guys might not be developing the same business, but it's the same journey. Like you're on the journey together. And in my example, of course, it was the competitiveness, right? And then in my head, I'm like, this guy is my teammate is continue to go. I'm going to continue to go too. Like, and like in my head, like just being a competitor, I'm like, I'm getting better, and like every day he's getting better every day. We're pushing each other, and so I want to um outperform him because we're going for the same spot. But just seeing him push through helped me to continue to push through as well, right? So that's what you will find in the community. Again, my example was based off like of my experience in football, and everybody knows like football is competitive. It's like like in if especially on the college level, it's like the next man up, like and really like take your spot. So you got to step it up or step out the way, right? And so I chose to step it up because I am a competitor, and I was I got that inspiration from my teammate, right? So again, finding a community will help you to get that inspiration. That's point number one. Point number two is that it will give you a different perspective, right? Finding a community or being a part of a community will give you a different perspective. So we, as business owners, we always come across issues, right? Always. If you listen to the previous episode, I said that an entrepreneur is someone who has the ability to figure things out, right? Someone who has the ability to solve problems, right? And so when you across those problems, when you run across those issues, and sometimes we feel stuck. We feel like, I don't know which way to turn. I tried this, it didn't work. I tried that, that didn't work. But when we bring that issue to someone in our community, they can look at it from a different lens, from a different perspective, and give us a different solution to try to solve that problem, right? And it could be something that we never even thought of, right? It could be something like this so simple, or that just something so easy to implement, but we couldn't see it because we were inside the problem, right? So when we bring it outside of ourselves and as our community for their perspective, they can give us like a fresh perspective because they have fresh eyes on it. They have a fresh lens of the problem. It could give us a different perspective to help us continue to move forward. So again, Why do you need to find a community? Because one, because you'll get inspiration. Two, you will have a different perspective. And three, you will have accountability. Accountability is what we need as entrepreneurs, right? This is the ultimate accountability group because we're helping you to grow in your business. We're helping you to just take that first step to start your business, to start going after your dreams. And also part of that is setting goals. And so when you set goals, you have deadlines you got to hit. And so our community actually hold you accountable for reaching that goal, right? Let's say the goal is just starting a business by January 1st, 2024, right? We're going to hold you to that, and we're going to help you to get to take those steps to actually accomplish that goal, right? That's what this podcast is about, is to hold you accountable to going after your dreams that you have set for as far as business, as far as entrepreneurship, right? So those are the three things as to why do you need to find a community. It's again, number one, to gain the inspiration. Number two is you'll have a different perspective. And number three, you'll have accountability, right? So again, inspiration, different perspectives, and accountability. Okay, so now you might be asking, well, Mike, how do I actually find a community? Or where do I look for to find a community? Man, and the answer to that is really you can find a community anywhere. Like number one, like there are so many Facebook groups out here right now, right? Like so many Facebook groups that you can join. And you will be instantly a part of a community of people that's doing the exact same thing that you're trying to do, right? If you're in real estate, there are a ton of real estate communities out there, right? If you're in transportation, there are a ton of transportation communities out there on social media, on Facebook, right? All you really got to do is go search for it on the Facebook page and request to join, right? So when you request to join, then boom, you are instantly a part of a community, a Facebook group, right? And also be engaged in these communities, right? Don't just go in there and take up information and absorb all the information, but be engaged, right? Share your knowledge with the community as well. And this goes for like any community outside the Facebook group. Like be engaged, like share your perspective, give your feedback, right? Help the people that are next to you to continue to grow and get better in their entrepreneurship journey as well. Like again, we're all here on the same mission, which is to accomplish our dreams. And so be willing to share your perspective because hopefully this right here sets you free, right? Like your opinion matters, right? Your feedback matters. Like what you have to say matters, right? Don't disqualify yourself. Don't discredit yourself, right? Like I've done that a number of times, like where I didn't give any advice because I felt like, oh, their advice, was better than mine. So I'm not going to say anything. Man, I've learned that anything that, any thought that I have that can push somebody's business forward, that can help them to reach their dream, I'm going to give it because my opinion is valuable, right? Whether they take it or not, it's still valuable. And so always remember that, right? Your opinion matters and your opinion is valuable. So make sure you share it and share it in the light to help that person move forward, right? Share it to where it's going to inspire them, motivate them, and say like, oh, I never thought of that perspective before, right? Again, different perspective. I never thought of it like that, right? Thank you for sharing that to me. I want to try, and they might try it and they might not. But the thing is, you shared it, right? You helped them to move forward. That's how you actually build a community by continuing to share like your ideas. The community is really a folks, just that share ideas. Like it's a common place to share ideas and help each other to grow, right? And so again, your opinion is valuable. Share your ideas, and help your the people in your community continue to grow on their journey as well, just by sharing your idea. Okay, cool, cool. So the first way is to find and finding a community is to look at Facebook groups, right? Another way is to look at your entrepreneurship meetups in your local community, right? So almost every local community have like meetups or some type of meetup, right? Look for like some entrepreneurship meetups. There are a great app. I think the Meetup app is still out there. You can go on there and like type in entrepreneurship and go to these entrepreneurship meetings. You can look at Eventbrite, just put in entrepreneurship in there, and like you can find like where people are meeting in as well. And if you can't find anything, man, create it yourself. Create it yourself. If you can't find a community of entrepreneurs in your community, in your local community, create it. Like be the first person, right? I mean, when you create it, it only might be one person to show up, right? That's cool. But guess what? That won't be the last time you're gonna have a meeting, right? And that won't be the last person, right? So continue to like meet up, do like a monthly thing, like we're meeting every month. The first meeting might be one person, the second meeting might be two people. Hey, you just increased like your number count by 50%, about 100%. So the next meeting might be three people. The next meeting might be four. Either way, like the thing is, like you keep growing that community, right? It don't have to be big, or whatever. It's just you want to have a community of people where you can bounce your ideas off of, and they give you feedback. Like you can bring them a issue, or you might be stuck on something, and they can give you again that different perspective to help you move forward, right? So again, the second way to find a community is to look for local entrepreneurship meetups in your community, right? And if you don't have one, start it, right? Don't be afraid to be that trailblazer. Don't be afraid to jump off the porch, right? Don't be afraid to go from idea to execution. That is our goal. That's what we're trying to do, right? And so number one was to look at Facebook groups to help you find a community. Number two is to look at your local entrepreneurship meetup and join the group. If you can't join or don't see any, create it yourself. Number three is to invest in a course, right? Invest in an entrepreneurship course, right? There are a lot of people out here who have courses. Some of them great, some of them not so great. But you follow those people, right? And I'm sure they offer some type of course as to like, what type of industry, specific like, transportation, real estate, whatever it is. Or when you join those courses, like 9 times out of 10, they have a community out there that you can instantly join and be a part of and share your knowledge in that community, right? So I give you an example with our transportation business. My wife and I, we actually took a course by Alex Good Energy. And so the course was great. It was amazing. And like once as soon as we purchased it, we were put into a Facebook group where people were sharing ideas, sharing their knowledge about the industry, asking questions, getting questions answered, and all that good stuff. And again, it was helping people move forward in their business. But hey, we were a part of a community instantly, right? Where it had all this information that we needed in order to help us to start our transportation business. Not only just start, but actually have a successful transportation business. So again, like if you are looking for a community, join somebody's course, and join somebody's course, and then boom, you're instantly a part of of a community that's actually on the same track as you, that's actually in the same industry as you. And sometimes you can find people, or well, you will find people that are, maybe 2 or 3 steps ahead of you that can help you to move forward. You can reach out to and ask for help, and they can help you move forward because they are just a little bit of ahead of you. So number one is how to find a community, right? So number one is to look at Facebook groups. Number one is to look into your local entrepreneurship meetups. Number three is to invest in a course. And number four is that you can join our community, right? You can join the I Got Dreams community, right? Like and be a part of our dreamers, right? And so we're creating a Facebook group where people can join, come in there with their goals in there. People come in like holding them accountable, asking them questions, and just building a community, meeting, reading books together, and just getting our foundation of entrepreneurship built stronger and built better, right? And so, again, we're creating that community, and I definitely want you to be a part of it. So, all you got to do, go to www.igotdreamspodcast.com and subscribe to our emailing list. That's all you got to do. And then you'll get a link to join our Facebook group and join our community. And then come in there, be a part, and help us continue to grow, right? So, how to find a community? Facebook group, number one. Number two is your local entrepreneurship meetups. Number three is to invest in a course. And number four is to join our I Got Dreams podcast community, right? And so, what are the benefits of joining a community? What are the benefits of joining a community? Number one is you'll have a safe space, right? You'll have a safe space to share your ideas, to share your issues, right? Like, and without judgment, but you are sharing you're sharing these ideas and these issues with people that's going to help you to move forward. That's going to give you their perspective, um, and their knowledge and their expertise to help you to continue on your entrepreneurship journey, right? And so it's a place where it's not judgmental. It's a place of understanding. It's a place of idea creation to help you to continue to move forward in your business and your entrepreneurship journey. So that's number one. You will have safe space. Number two is that you increase your likelihood of reaching your dreams, right? You'll increase your likelihood of reaching your dreams by joining a community. Again, it's just that energy just feeding off people, right? And so like it's not you just being siloed to yourself, but it's you in connection with a lot of people that's going after the same thing that you're going after, which is to reach your ultimate dream. And you guys are in the journey together. You're not by yourself. Again, think back to my football story that I told you, right? So I saw one of the guys who, was tired just like me, but he kept going and he inspired me to to continue to go, right? And so again, you feed off each other, right? So that that means like you're not stopping. You'll keep going because somebody else is holding you accountable to reaching your dreams and reaching your goals. Number three is that your connections have connections. Your connections have connections, right? So let's say I come to my community and I have an issue and ain't nobody in my community fix my issue. Like they can't help me. But somebody in there might know somebody who can help. And so they introduce me to that person. And now boom, like, you know, my community just helped me out. So my community connections became my connections. Now, perfect example. So when I joined my entrepreneurship, right? There was this guy. He was on our podcast. I think he was on episode 4, if I'm not mistaken. Milton Stewart. Shout out to Milton, my brother. So we were a part of Coach Artists together, and in there he was like, look, he was looking for a mentor, and so I said, hey man, like, look at my guy Dominique Lawson. He was in the exact same industry as he was, but he was farther down the line with them. And so I introduced them to Dominic. They connected, hit it off real well, and Dominic started to become his mentor, right? And so that's an example of how your connections have connections, right? How your community have connections, how they can help you to fix an issue or reach a certain goal, and it didn't come through them, but it came through their connections. So again, your connections have connections. So what are the benefits of joining a community? One, you will have a safe space. Two, you'll increase your likelihood of reaching your dreams. And three, your connections have connections, right? So they can help you solve an issue. Even if it's not them themselves, it might be somebody they know, right? So I had a couple questions to come through on social media. And so question number one is, should I wait until my business is up and running to join a community? Should I wait until my business is up and running to join a community? My answer is no. You should join a community as soon as you come up with an idea um, of something that you want to do. you should join a community immediately and not being afraid to share that idea with that community because they're going to help you again to continue to refine your ideas. They're going to give you feedback to help you move forward and to help you to get started, right? So in my experience, um, when I first started my tech company back in 2018 or something like that. So that's actually when I joined the Co-Starters, right? So I had an app. It was for events, right? And so I joined that community. All I had created then was the minimal valuable product, right? I had created what the app will look like. And so I joined that community. People started giving me feedback left and right. Like they gave me feedback on my name. That was a big one. So they gave me feedback on my name. The name at that time was Alameda. People couldn't understand like what exactly it was or like how it made sense, things like that. So I took that into consideration and I changed it to EventSnap. And people loved EventSnap, like they loved that name. And that's a way better name than Alameda. But I got that based off the feedback that I got from my community, right? And so again, so it's just getting that different perspective and getting that feedback. So as soon as you come up with an idea, I try to look for a community to help you to refine that idea and to help you move forward with that idea, right? And to also know if you are building something that people want, right? I mean, your community might not necessarily be your target audience. They might not be your customer, but they can give you feedback of what they think that your customer may want, right? And they may be your customer, like once you get your business going, once you get started, they might be some of the first people to support you, right? And so again, as soon as you come up with an idea or something, look for a community to help you continue to refine the idea and they give you feedback to continue to move forward, right? That was question number one. Question number two is, can you share too much information about your idea in your community? Can you share too much information about your idea in your community? I would say no. Again, that's going back to your community being your safe space, right? So I know a lot of people, I coach a lot of people and they are so afraid to tell like what their idea is because they think somebody's going to steal their idea. Man, unless you're talking to like a big corporation or something like that, man, like these people really don't even be thinking about selling your idea, man. And like, and if you're that worried about it, um, be bold enough to have them sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, to where they can't steal your idea. I mean, if you're that worried that somebody's gonna take your idea, have an NDA ready and have them sign it, that takes care of that. But in my opinion, like, don't be afraid to share your idea with people that you trust, right? And people, that's that purpose is there to actually help you to grow, not to steal something from you, right? Or not to see you sing, but that's actually like there that wants you to win. And so if you feel like that, if you feel like that someone is there, they're gonna take your idea like you're part of a community. So, man, you're getting that feeling like, man, these people are not here for my best interest. Man, leave, real for real, like leave that group, find another group or create one, right? Create one however you want to see it and put the principles and foundation into that group that you're building, right? But if you're a part of a community where you feel like you can't share, where you feel like you can't be open, where you feel like somebody's going to steal your ideas, it's not the right community for you. So leave, join another community or create your own. Um, this has been another dope episode, man. Thank y'all for rocking with your boy, man. Hey, I'm so interested to see how this sound comes out with the boom mics. Um, but man, again, finding a community is so important in your entrepreneurship journey. Like, it is so pivotal. It is so important to your journey, right? To like your learning curve. It's like being in a community period. Like there's so many people with so much information, with so much expertise that they're willing to share with you. It's almost like having a mentor without even having to pay for it, right? So accountability group, a community is literally like having a mentor without having to pay. It's literally like peers, right? So and everybody like the community is down there. I know that we are all in different stages. Some of us are in the same stages. Some of us are in different industries. But man, we all bring something valuable to the table, which is our opinion, which is our motivation, which is our inspiration, which is our feedback to help each other to continue to move forward. But hey, as we continue to build this thing, man, y'all please go like, comment, subscribe. Go to the I Got Dreams podcast.com web page and subscribe to our emailing list. Join our Facebook community that's coming up really soon. Hey, we are again building this thing that's gonna be beyond us, right? We are creating the ultimate accountability community, the ultimate accountability group. Hey, I thank y'all for rocking with me, man. This has been another dope episode to help you to go from A to B, from idea to execution. I love y'all. Have a blessed and wonderful day. Peace. Bam. Thank you for listening to this episode. I know you just received a lot of value. So look, here's what I want you to do now. Go to our social media platforms on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok at I Got Dreams Podcast everywhere, and like, comment, subscribe to all those channels, and let's continue the conversation on there. Look, I told you before, we are creating the ultimate accountability group for entrepreneurs, and we want you to be a part of that group. So go ahead, like, comment, subscribe to our channels at I Got Dreams Podcast everywhere, and we'll see you there. Peace.